Alright, Shalom. I'd like to give all praises honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, that belongs to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone of Ruel, and salutations to the Akim around the world that pushes truth in sincerity. Alright, this is a brother from the GMS Trinidad East Camp. My name is Yaraba. I'm going to go through some scriptures here entitled, what I entitled this? Reasonable service. Because really and truly, that is one of the most important things that matter the most. Let me get on into it. So there's Romans 12 verse 1, right? It say, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. Because really and truly, all these things that we just do here for the Most High, that is our reasonable service. We can't say we deserving to actually have this knowledge that we have. We can't say that, we better than anybody else to say that he choose we over somebody else. So really and truly, there is nothing difficult for we to do. You understand? And that goes back to what a man's duty really is. So there's Ecclesiastes 12 verse 13. It say, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. It say, fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. You understand? All that adds up to your reasonable service. And when you really think about it, in modern times like this, your reasonable service is not that hard compared to what it is you had to go through back in the days. When you look at men like Jeremiah and Ezekiel, the men had to do way more than we did. They didn't have time for family. Them can't pick up two brothers and sit down and watch a movie. You understand? Ezekiel had to lie down on one side for how much amount of time and had to eat everything by measure. He had to eat cow's dung. You understand? And still them men never lack when it comes to the reasonable service. And they had it much harder than we did. We don't have it as hard as they did. We getting way more grace now than they used to get when it comes to actually doing certain things. And still brothers does kind of slack. You understand? Never forget your reasonable service. Because at the end of the day, that is your duty. You're a servant of the Most High. And you have to understand how the role of a servant does work. Remember, you just serve the Most High, and he does help you, not the other way around. If a man have a wife, and he tells you to do something, and she putting it off for a week, putting it off for 2 weeks. Back in Israel, that is too backhand, right? That is too backhand. She going and get ready for that. Think about it. That is too backhand. David's wife laughed at him once. She never had children her whole life. Imagine if you know you have something to do, which is pertaining to the Most High, whether it means charity wise, whether it means to do his works, or whatever the case may be, and you putting it off a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month. Is that backhand you looking for? When the Most High come to jack you up, you look fake. As the scriptures say, he long suffering, you would not get away from it. And there's nothing too difficult that a brother can do. You just see brothers doing it anyhow they could, sometimes anywhere they could. It's nothing difficult to give unto the Most High his reasonable service. It's nothing difficult. So this is 2 Peter 1 verse 10. It say, wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. Say, for if you do these things, ye shall never fail. So you are to constantly be serving the Most High the best you could. Because really and truly, there's nothing too difficult that you can't do. A man could never say he do have no time. If you have time to eat, if you have time to go and do some personal likings that you might do, then you have time for the Most High. You could never say you don't have time. And especially if you know that you don't have an excuse and you're still doing it, you're putting up yourself for further affliction. Because you say to he that know it and do it not will be beaten with many stripes. So it would be better, as the scripture say, that you didn't know than to have to know and still not do it. Because it's nothing too difficult. It's really nothing too difficult. From the start to the finish of your day, it's reasonable service unto the Most High. It wouldn't be as good as our next brother. You mightn't be able to do as much as our next brother. But the story talk about the woman who had the 1 penny and she gave all she had. You have to focus on what your level is. But don't not do nothing and feel that that would be acceptable. Because it wouldn't. You understand? See, this is 1 Corinthians 10 verse 12. It say, wherefore it say, let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall. So don't think to yourself that because you live in a period that you're receiving more grace than the prophets before us, that you go just put it off, put it off, put it off. You know you're supposed to do this, you put it off. You know you're supposed to do that, you put it off. All these things that you're not pleasing to the Most High, you keep putting it off and putting it off. You gotta take heed. You understand? You have to take heed. If somebody can't do you that and you let go, you can't want to do that to somebody as great as the Most High and then what he to let go. It don't work that way. You gotta take heed and do your reasonable service. Like I said, that is how master and servant does work. You just serve the Most High and he just help you, not the other way around. He is not your servant. You can't want to operate on whatever time you feel like. If you know you have something to do, you have a reasonable service on to do to the Most High, do it. Don't play around. Don't slack. You never know when is your last day or time to do something. You don't want to put it off and then tomorrow you're not alive to ever do it again. That could have been the last good thing you ever do in your life. And you put it off and put it off until you never get to do it. That could have been another penny for you in the kingdom. That could have been another bit of mercy that you could have earned. You understand? The Most High would have show you. They say you had to give mercy to get mercy. If you never want to do the things that are pleasing to the Most High, well, it's time, anytime come around for you to receive mercy now. What's going to happen? When you think about it, Mendes, that is really a real funny thing when you think about it, because that is really not something to abuse. That is something that people who in the world, that is how they just think. Because if, as a man in the truth, you know to yourself, alright, you just mess up on a constant basis. Sometimes 20 times for the day, you will ask for mercy. And you want the Most High to work with you. And He's the master. Imagine for you as his servant now, He tell you that you have to do this, and you want to put off what it is He wants you to do. But when it's time for you to call upon Him for help or for mercy, you want it to be instantly. It don't work like that. You always try to remember the master and servant level. Always try to remember that He's the boss. If He take a while to do what you want, it's okay. If you purposely take a while to do what he wants, you will have a problem. Especially if you could have done it and just slack in. Like stripes. And I don't mean tiger. That is real stripes you're gonna get. You understand? That is why let's really say wisdom is the principal thing. I read that. Say in Proverbs 4 verse 7 it say wisdom is the principal thing. It said therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. Because you already how to use wisdom when it comes to them kind of thing. That fear always had to be in you to be like, I could do this, I'm not doing it. I'll get licks. Forget that. Let me do it. It's better to be in the most high good seat than to be in the bad seat. Because you never know when you will need that mercy. You never know. You never know when you're gonna need that mercy. You don't want him to tell you to do something and you don't want to do it. And then when you call on him now to do something for you, you ain't get it. You'll feel sick. You'll feel real sick. So always try to keep that in mind. Because all these things that bring you closer to the Most High. All these things is build a relationship with Abba. When you're serving him, when you're doing what is he way to do, when you're doing your reasonable service, you're giving charity, whatever the case may be. All of these things pleasing in his sight. And once you in that pleasure seat, he'll be able to bestow upon you things that other people probably never see before or probably never had. All of these things is ways how to consider. All of these things. And always remember, he's a servant of the Most High using the world. He is not a servant of the world trying to use the Most High. No, you can never use the Most High. But that is how people of the world is think. There's only know the Most High on a convenient time. But when it's time for they to actually do something, they just make it an issue. As a man of the Most High, you can't think like that. You can't think like that. Always try to remember it's a servant of the Most High using the world. I always have to try to keep that fear in you to know that, hey, so the Proverbs 1 verse 7 it say, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. It say, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Always have to try to keep that fear in you. Because you know, as a man with wisdom, if you do what is pleasing to the Most High, it have many benefits. And if you don't do it, it have many penalties. And when you start to receive penalties, you can't choose how you will get it or how long it will last for. Sometimes one penalty can last a lifetime. If a man mess up and he get herpes, herpes just lasts a whole lifetime. You understand? It have many other penalties a person could get that it just doesn't go away. It's the Most High who has had to put a hedge around you to really keep you from the things in this world that really affecting everybody else. So it's always good to try to keep in his good seat. You never know when you will need that one better grace. You never know. So anything you could do that the Most High delight in, always try to do it. Always try to do it. You understand? What the scriptures say, let's paraphrase it and say, about he's a rewarder to them that love him. You understand? So it's not like if you could be doing it in vain. In some way you'll benefit from it, even if you're not able to see it. Always remember that. You'll always benefit from it. Have no way you could is the best investment you could ever make. That business will never go bankrupt. Never. Even if you don't get some benefit for it here, you will have some benefit waiting for you. It's the best investment you can make. So really and truly, don't ever be Don't ever be slack to make that investment. You can never know when's the last time you'll be able to invest. You understand? Alright. And with that, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and Rule Well, and salutations to the Akim around the world that pushes truth in sincerity. And also I'll think for the Aquats, who actually trying to follow the order and keep it down. Shalom.